Thing. Well, today we will discuss about Bible and it's 2 Samuel 5 to 6. Okay, let's start. David anointed king of Israel. 5. Then all the tribes of Israel came to David at Hebron and said, Behold, we are your bone and flesh in time past. When Saul was king over us, it was you who led out and brought in Israel. And you, the Lord, said to you, You shall be shepherd of my people Israel, and you shall be prince over Israel. So all these elders of Israel came to the king of Hebron, and King David made a co- covenant with them at Hebron before the Lord, and they anointed David king over Israel. David was 30 years old, and he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years. At Hebron, he reigned over Judah 7 years and 6 months, and at Jerusalem he reigned over all Israel and Judah 30 years. And the king and his men went to the Jerusalem against the Jebusites, the inhabitants of the land, who said to the David, You will not come in here, but the blind and the lame will. What are you off thinking? David cannot come in there. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion, that is the city of David. And David said on the day, Whoever would strike the Jebusites, let him get up the water shafts to attack the lame and the blind, who are hated by David's soul. Therefore it is said, The blind and the lame shall not come into the house. And David lived in the stronghold and called in the city of David. And David built the city all around from the Millo inward. And David became greater and greater, for the Lord hosts was with him. And Hiram king of Tyre sent messages to David and the cedar trees. Also carpenters and masons who built David's house. And David knew that the Lord had established him king over Israel, and that he had exalted his kingdom for the sake of his people Israel. And David took more concubines and wives from Jerusalem. After they came from Hebron, and more sons and daughters were born to David, and these are the name of those who were born to him in Jerusalem: Shammua, Shobab, Nathan, Solomon, Ibhar, Elishua, Nipeg, Zapiah, Elishama, Elida, and Eliphalet. David defeated the Philistines. When the Philistines heard that David had been anointed king over Israel, all the Philistines went up to the search for David. But David heard of it and went down to the stronghold. Now the Philistines had come and spread out in the valley of Rephaim, and David inquired of the Lord, Shall I go to against the Philistines? Will you give them into my hand? And the Lord said to David, Go up, for I will certainly give the Philistines into your hand. And David came to the Baal Perazim, and David defeated them there. And he said, The Lord has broken through my enemies before me like a breaking flood. Therefore the name of the place is called Baal Perazim. And the Philistines left their idols there, and David and his men carried them away. Okay, that's it today. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.